This is the Padres Postcast, your instant game reaction for the San Diego Padres. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What's up, Padre fan? Welcome to your Padres Postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. My name is Jim Grieshaber. Call me Grease, GRIES, at Jim Gies _ on social media. Give me a follow, make you holla. And while you're here on this beautiful Friday night in which the Padres scored a series opening win over the Pittsburgh Pirates, 1 of 3 at Petco on this beautiful Friday night, I'd love to thank you for being here, making us your first watch or listen every day. Hobby's back in full effect, breathing fire with Locked On Padres Podcast, and I'm here after every game with the Postcast. Jim Grieshaber again. Call me Grease. 3-2. The Padres beat the Pirates tonight at Petco in the series opener. Great game. Mike Schilt talks all the time about the little things that win games, and it was very evident tonight. This team well managed, well coached in those situations, and they were able to scratch one out. And I mean scratch one out against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Again, Jim Grieshaber, Call Me Grease, Padres Postcast. Tonight's episode brought to you by FanDuel. Right now, new customers can get $200 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins with FanDuel on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. It is Padres Postcast, and it starts right now.
This is what you'll be talking about.
Oh, look at the darkness getting ready for Robert Suarez to come in the game and light it up, and he did tonight. What a controversial call, third strike to end the 8th inning, and then in the 9th, Robert Suarez looking like Robert Suarez from 2 weeks ago. So a beautiful job by Suarez. I love it when the stadium, there's no better entrance in baseball, man. WWE should take note. Suarez coming on in and making things happen. Look at these two superstars right here, dapping it up, Manny and Tati, and look at the Art Deco unis. Beautiful night. And of course you had the called strike 3, the argument there. Oh, Pittsburgh was pissed. We'll talk about that. We got a lot to get to on the show. Look at Davis all upset on a pitch from Suarez. 3-2 pitch with the bases loaded that looked a little bit low, but Robert Suarez with a beautiful job after Jason Adam. The setup, man, all he's been doing is setting you up for disaster lately. Jason Adams had control problems. More walks tonight, but look, Jackson Merrill, couple of RBIs. Fernando Tatis, Luis Ariz, beautiful and brilliant base running tonight in a 3-2 game. That is how you scratch out the dub. All right, let's get it rolling. Padres Postcast and the Locked On Podcast Network, your team, these Padres every single day. The third strike with the bases loaded to end the 8th inning. Just a beautiful job by Robert Suarez. 3-2, the win. 10 wins in a row, by the way, over the Pirates for the Pods. And you don't want to ever say a team owns another team, but you know what I mean. It's kind of looking that way. And they don't see Skeens. They didn't see him in the first series of the season between these two teams. And they won't see him this weekend either. So Paul Skeens gets to enjoy the hell out of San Diego. Doesn't have to worry about pitching. Now, how great would that be? I've traveled with every imaginable type of team: college football, college basketball, Major League Baseball, NFL, NBA, no NHL. But I'll say this, man, and UFC, boxing, all that. I love going for the fights, but I'll say this about baseball. When you travel with a baseball team, you're going city to city and you're there for a few days. And if you're a starting pitcher whose turn in the rotation gets skipped, yeah, you got your off day throwing. And for Skeens, that might be Saturday, it might be Sunday. But point being, as we get ready to turn the corner into June, point being, Paul Skeens gets Diego, and he doesn't have to worry about anything. He can gas lamp it up all weekend long, you know, and not worry about taking the hill. And we'll see how that goes, man. But Henry Davis strikes out, appeared to be out of the strike zone, looked a little low, but we'll see. We'll see. Andrew McCutchen was the tying run, and that would have walked in the tying run. Would have been disastrous for Robert Suarez. Edwin Jimenez, the home plate ump, ejected Pirates manager Don Kelly. And again, it's a 3-2 game, man, and they're ticked. They are ticked. So 4-out save for Suarez, leads MLB with 18, struck out 3 of those 4 outs. Nick Pivetta, brilliant again, first win in 5 starts. He goes to 6-2, 2 runs, 6 hits, striking out 8. Pivetta with a beautiful job. You know, he cruised through 5 innings, man. They didn't touch him for 5. 2-hit innings. That fastball up in the zone, 95. He's got the high arm slot, right? And it's straight. Like a lot of times when you throw a high fastball and you're coming from a downward angle, it kind of goes up a little bit. Pivetta's goes straight, And it's high cheese, man, and it's hard for people to catch up to. He just does amazing. And then when he snaps off the breaking ball, it was really nice. And so, he allowed 2 runs with 2 outs in the 6th inning. And, Tommy Pham, who could be a Padre, technically, I mean, he's probably on the trading block along with guys like Jesus Sanchez with the Marlins. And we'll see what happens there. And, Kiner Falefa singles to open the inning after Pham. And then O'Neill Cruz and McCutchen. 1 pitch, retires each one, and then the RBI singles by Brian Reynolds and Spencer Horwitz, right? But the Padres retake the lead. Now, that tied the game, right? But the Padres retook the lead in the bottom of the inning against Mitch Keller. He's 1-7 with like a 3.3 ERA. He pitched well tonight. Keller with a beautiful slider, right? The breaking stuff is great from him. Fernando draws the leadoff walk, race around to score on a rise opposite field double into the left field corner. You get Fernando with a head of steam, man, and he just goes all the way around those bases, killing it, and just never stopped, never even looked, never stopped. Great, brilliant base running, squeezing that extra run out on a Rise's double. And how about a Rise? All Rise. Well, Judge hit one out tonight against the Dodgers, but freaking Ohtani hits 2. The Dodgers beat the Yankees. Ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Just can't even 8-5 final there. And while I'm at it, I might as well just tell you here that the Giants beat the Marlins 2-0. And the Diamondbacks lost to the Nationals 9-7. Giants, Dodgers, D-backs. There you go. All right, so the Giants beat the Marlins and the Dodgers won as well. So you don't gain anything in the standings, but you're beating the team you should be beating. And you got to keep doing that, man. You got to keep doing that. It is what it is, right? You got to keep winning those. But the base running from Fernando tonight, a Rise scores, from third base, and we'll talk about that as well. Machado doubles in the 4th inning. They took a 1-0 lead. Merrill with an RBI single. I'm not so sure, man. It hit the glove of Kiner Falefa, but it was not, dude, that wasn't a hit. I'm sorry, it wasn't a hit. It was an error, and the score was a little generous, a little home cook in there. But 3 runs, 3 hits in 6 innings for Keller. But how about Tatis? I mentioned huge jump on Arise's double, and when Arise scored, right, on the fielder's choice, and I want to hit that real quick, and you know what I'm saying? So let me just hit that real quick for you, because what a moment it was in this game. Luis Arise on the contact play, right? Scores from third base, sliding. The throw was up the first base line, so that helped a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they got on the board first in the 4th. It was Manny, why you bugging? So Manny doubles to right field, got the hit streak at 7 games now. Merrill, infield single, Machado scores. Look, I'm not going to complain about this, but it was not a hit. It was an error. E6, baby. E6, but Pivetta just killing dudes all night long. And, then all of a sudden the Padres are up 1-0, and then it becomes 2-1 Pirates on Reynolds and Horwitz with the RBI singles. They score. Kiner Falefa and Pham. So then in the bottom of the 6th, obviously Arise ties it. Fernando scores. It's 2-2. Machado flies out to right field. What does Luis Arise do? He goes to third base, right? Tags up, goes to third. Why is that important? Because, Action Jackson at the dish. Fielder's choice to second base. Arise scores. And that's a fielder's choice RBI. BT Dubs. So Merrill with the infield hit to second base, the fielder's choice rather. And a couple of ground balls for Merrill and a couple of RBIs for him tonight. Arise drove in the other one, as I said, but the contact play was on. What is the contact play? As soon as that ball hits that bat, you're gone. You're just gone. And especially if it's on the ground, you're just taking that chance and you're making them beat you. You're making them make the play. This team's great at that, running the bases, and that's what Luis Arise did. It was 3-2. Then obviously in the 8th inning, it was huge because, 2 outs, right? And Jason Adam, he's locked in, 2 outs, and then all of a sudden, oh boy, McCutchen doubles to left, goes to number 9 on the all-time list of hits for the Pirates. And then Reynolds walks, double, first and second. Horwitz walks, and then the bases are loaded, and Jason Adam has not been making things easy lately. And then here you come, bases loaded. Suarez been a little shaky too, but the entrance and the intro, and dun, 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 dun. Here comes Suarez. Gets Davis on a 3-2 pitch, man. So it was a fastball running down and in from Suarez. And he had, Davis crouches at the plate. He has a low stance, and he dropped down even further with the back knee. Hey, man, that pitch was above that back knee. That's what the ump's looking for. Don't crouch down. Don't crouch down like that if you don't like the call, man. I understand you didn't like the call, but as it crossed the plate is where the call takes place, not where the catcher catches the ball. You guys know this. He's back a couple feet from the plate. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it happens. You get some calls, you don't get others. And then, bottom of the 8th, Diaz, Tatis, and Arise. No insurance, baby. No insurance. And so 1, 2, 3, they go in the bottom of the 8th. But then the top of the 9th. Here comes Suarez. Here comes Hayes. Here comes Frazier. And then Pham grounds out to third. Manny throws him out. Throw up the line, by the way. Pulled Arise off the bag. But it was all she wrote. And the Padres won 3-2. 3-3 and none for the Padres. 2-7 and none for the Pirates. How about you win a game? You score 3 runs on 3 hits, man. This team's still not hitting. They are still not hitting, and they're not beating the Dodgers. I don't care what anybody says. You guys get mad at me. It is what it is. And by the way, thank you for all the compliments in the comments. Come on in, smash that subscribe so that the tribe just keeps on growing. And Javi started this before COVID. You know what I'm saying, yo? Javi started this before COVID, killing it with the shorts, killing it with Locked On Padres podcast, the postcast with moi. And thank you for all the compliments you've been giving us on there as well. Who do we have in the comments saying hello today? San Diego-ish. Let's go Padres. Fire signs, and then it's the surfer thing. I probably did it wrong, but don't take me the wrong way. Leave it to me. I just do something wrong and like throw up a gang sign and get shot through my computer. I don't know, man. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But we got a break to get to. We have a special deal to talk to you about, especially my skilled tradesmen, tradeswomen, tradespeople out there in this world, and we got something special for you. But when we come back, we're going to break it down a little bit more for you. Talk about the performance of Pivetta and how good he's been. Suarez, Adam, should you be worried about this bullpen combination? The setup man and the closer. No Tanner Scott this year. I mean, an embarrassment of riches last year. Almost had the Dodgers. You were up 2-1. I don't think you're as good as last year. We'll talk about that on another show at another time. But we got the turning point coming up. Could it be Luis Arise coming home on the contact play? Yeah, maybe. We shall see. But it could be a number of things. How about Suarez with the called strike 3? 3 strikeouts and 4 outs for Suarez. Great job there. We got the turning point. We got the player of the game and much, much more. Taking a look ahead at the rest of the series. Padres Postcast, Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Jim Grieshaber, call me Grease. Hang out right here, San Diego. Bang. How about that? That's a Mel Allen. How about that? Used to love this week in baseball. Again, I said thank you for making us your first listen every day, your first watch, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day, whether you're watching on YouTube, whether you're listening, wherever you get your podcasts, Spotify, Apple, iHeart, Stitcher, Podbean, and you're down with OTT. Yeah, you know me, this whole party. Look at a shirt like this. I'm down with OTT. It's free on Roku. Used to be OPP. Now it's OTT. Yeah, you know me. And I would love to tell you right now, if you are a skilled tradesperson, you need to hear me right now, because you can get the supplies you need from the site made for the skilled trades. It's Supply House. Whether you're in plumbing, whether you're in HVAC, or whether you are in electrical work, Supply House is the reliable way to order products online. Their easy-to-use website packed with helpful resources and the latest product info to help you get your job done right. Plus, with a complete inventory of over 200,000 parts from 400 top brands and more, you'll find exactly what you need, delivered fast from coast to coast, sea to shining sea. Need help with an order? Supply House offers expert support, industry-leading service to boot, so you'll always talk to a real person. And for trade pros looking for an extra edge, their free Trade Master program offers exclusive perks like a dedicated phone line, free shipping, and discounts on every order. Thousands of skilled professionals are already taking advantage. Now it's your turn. Join the Trade Master program today at supplyhouse.com/TM and start ordering plumbing, HVAC, and electrical supplies with just a few clicks. Plus, use promo code SH5 for 5% off your first order. That's supplyhouse.com on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Oh, baby, what a win for the Padres tonight. They take the opener against Pittsburgh. And look, you win a game when you get 3 hits, 3 runs on 3 hits. They got 1 in the 4th to take the 1-0 lead. Machado doubles, comes home on an RBI single from Action Jackson Merrill off the glove of the shortstop. And by the way, racing around from second as the ball caromed into shallow left field was Manny. Why you bugging? Manny Machado scores on that one. The Pirates take the lead in the top of the sixth by scoring 2 runs on RBI singles. Horowitz hit one, Reynolds the other one, and then, oh man, Keller and Pivetta were dueling, going back and forth. You know what I'm saying? And Keller was great tonight. How is this guy 1-7? It's a crime. It's a crime. But better yet. Ow. Flavor Flav say, ow. You know what I'm saying? So Keller say, ow. And then 2 runs for the Padres in the bottom of the 6th inning to reclaim the lead at 3-2. And Fernando scoring from first base, took off like a you-know-what, and just raced around those bases, man. All 270 feet, just flying. I love watching Nando full speed, just killing it. Came in standing up, and then a rise on third base, right? He went to third on the fly out from Machado, flew out to right field. Arise tags, goes to third. What happens next? Merrill hits a ground ball to the right side of the infield. Boom. Right to the first baseman, too. And Arise coming home, avoids the tag. The throw was up the first base line a little bit. The catcher was up in front of the plate too far. Just not good baseball by the Pirates. The Pods take advantage. Arise slides to the backside of the plate, hits it with the left hand. Just beautiful. Mike Schilt talks about this all the time, and as a matter of fact, it blows my mind. You would even talk to me. Where's it at from Schilt? I got to talk about this because this is where, yeah, finding ways to win games in all different shapes and forms. And, you know, Pivetta really does a good job on the mound. But when you think about Fernando Tatis out there in right field, I mean, just unbelievable. In the right field corner, he's holding guys to singles, stopping guys from scoring. That helps you win games. The base running, you know what I mean? And Keller threw the ball really well tonight for Pittsburgh. And Schilt was talking about that, you know, nothing really free there, ground balls all night long, got to figure out a way in other areas, and they did. You know, it really is the way the guys fly around the bases. You know, Schilt was talking about how special that was and really unbelievable. Nice job all the way around by the Padres running the bases. And, you know, you get 3 runs on 3 hits and you win that game. That makes up for some of those other ones that you're losing 1-0 and whatnot. So Pivetta gets the win, 6 innings, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, 8 Ks. And again, 5 scoreless innings, just killing it. The 60 kind of fell apart a little bit. Keller gets the loss, 1-7. Suarez, his 18th save, an inning and a third, 3 strikeouts for Robert Suarez. And for the Pirates, 2 hits for McCutchen, 2 hits for Reynolds. They Reynolds and Horowitz each had an RBI, and that was about it. Let's see the Padres, 1 for 3 with runners in score position. Not many guys on base tonight for San Diego. They only drew 2 walks as well, so 3 walks, 2 hits. And that's crazy. Very clean, well-played game tonight. And the only thing that really, you know, I mean, look, Jason Adam with a couple of walks, you know what I mean? And that was not good. And that's something that's really killing them right now. They only walked 2 all night, and it was Adam. You know what I'm saying? It was Adam in the 8th inning, and he got the hold. And Suarez got the save. Estrada got a hold, too. Pivetta got the win. But, again, a really good game tonight. All right, a couple things to get to. Short time to get to them in. Come on in, smash that subscribe. The family is growing. La Familia de Padres, baby. Friar faithful, Friar fanatics. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? So come on in, smash that subscribe so you join the tribe. Hey, I like that. Join the tribe. Smash the subscribe. Hit the bell so you get the alerts when we're coming your way with new content. Myself with Padres Postcast. Javi with your Locked On Padres podcast. A lot of times those are scheduled and they'll come on out as a premiere. So check those out. Glad my boy Javi's better. Had the throat thing going. He is back killing it with the content for you as well. And man, oh man, we are free on YouTube. We are free on Roku, and we are free on Spotify, Apple, iHeart, Stitcher, Podbean, wherever you get your podcasts, right here on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day. Come on into the comments and say what up to your boy. We got the audience killing it right now. Thank you so much, you guys, for all the support and all the love. What do you say? We do this. Let's roll.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
With me here so I can just kind of wait for this to load, because for some reason it's taking like 45 seconds to load a web page. Here we go. We're loading up the scoring. So the turning points, pardon me, in this game, and there were 2 in my opinion, and really just a great job of all the way across the board running, base running, the little things for the Pods tonight won them this game. So, you know, the Padres had the 1-0 lead where Manny doubled, Merrill singles off the glove of the shortstop, goes into short. Manny never stopped, man, all the way through. Same thing with Tati when he scored from first on a Rise's double. Those plays mattered big time tonight. The defense from the Padres, as always, throwing guys out. Fernando limiting guys and holding them to singles that should have been doubles and holding them at third when they could have been scoring. You know, there was a game last week where Merrill called him off and there was a sac fly, and Merrill, center fielder, should always take the ball except when Fernando's next to him and he's right there because he could have maybe held the runner or thrown him out. But in the bottom of the 6th inning, here, you know, I'll get to this in a minute. Here, the turning point in the bottom of the 6th inning, because there's one at the end of the game that we're going to go with. But this is a big turning point because the Pirates had taken the lead in the top of the 6th, and the Padres doing what was done to them a couple of nights ago in the series finale against Miami, where, you know, they took a 6-1 lead and the Marlins came right back and hung a 5 spot on them. Opposites tonight for the Pods. Arise doubles to left after Fernando drew a leadoff walk. Even when he's not hitting, he impacts the game so much with his other tools, and he's got 5, just in case you were wondering. 5-tool player. Yep. I think 6 should be mental. There should be 6 tools. But Tati walks, Arise doubles down the left field line. Fernando takes off, never looks back, and scores. Manny flies to right. Arise goes to third. And Merrill grounds into the fielder's choice to second. The throw home is a little bit wide, and scoring is Luis Arise. And so this is right here your turning point of the game. Look at Arise going to the backside of the plate with the hand out. See the hand out in front there? And that's something that's just incredibly dope because a beautiful slide, the tags late. Arise scores the go-ahead run. And obviously Fernando had just scored before that with Manny coming up. So these two dapping it up. So that's a big turning point, right? Scoring from third base on the contact play, on the ground ball to second base, the fielder's choice, everybody's safe. Merrill gets his second RBI, and the Padres take the lead. All right, so what's the other turning point? And this was probably ended up being the biggest one. This would be Suarez striking out 4 or 3 of the 4 hitters he retired. So there's Suarez, right? And I got to show Pivetta in a minute. We'll get to him. But look at Suarez, right? The big strikeout in the 8th inning, and he got Davis, and this dude was pissed. But a 3-2 pitch, a fastball, hammered down and in with that movement late. Looked like it crossed the plate, maybe at the knees on the inside corner, but they hated the call. This dude's pissed. Look at the manager gets tossed. He's pissed. Everybody's mad. Take it easy. You can still go to gas lamp after, right? No diggy. No diggity. All right, one more thing to do. This be's the big one. Let's go.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
Honorable mention to Luis Arise, by the way. Had the big RBI and the run scored in the 6th inning. Honorable mention as well to our guy. Where is he? Come on. How did this one not get uploaded? No, man. All right. Well, I'm sorry, guys. It just didn't make it in. But it's Jackson Merrill, man. This dude, couple RBIs, grounders. You know, one was a fielder's choice to second. One was an infield hit that went off the shortstop's glove, but he drove in 2 runs tonight. So Arise and Jackson Merrill, honorable mention. Suarez, honorable mention as well. But the player of the game, come on. Bang. Right there. Look at this dude. Look at our guy, Nick Pivetta. It had been 5 starts since a win for Pivetta, but he pitched great tonight. The ERA goes down. What did it go down to? It was 2.72 coming into this game. It's probably right around. Let me see. Did it go down? Did it go up? Where did it go? 2.74. So it went up a couple of percentage points. He's got, you know, just 6 wins. I mean, he's on pace to make the All-Star team. You know, and on a day when they find out that Michael King has a pinched nerve in his shoulder, but no structural damage, thank God. But Schilt says King could be out week or days, or he could be out weeks. And, you know, there's no Dylan Cease trade now. You know what I mean? Not that they were thinking about it, but they need a left fielder. They need a big-time bat in the lineup. They need a lefty in the rotation. They need a great lefty in the bullpen. Morejon not cutting it long-term with Matsui. You know, you think about Tanner Scott. So we'll see. But anyway, our player of the game tonight is Pivetta. Just a great job by Nick Pivetta in this game this evening. 6 innings, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, 8 strikeouts, no walks. Those 2 runs came in the 6th inning. He cruised through 5. Great job by the right-hander. They're paying him a little over $4 million this year. It's a steal of all steals. And even if he were making what he's going to make next year at like 13, 14 mil, that would still be a steal right now. So great job by Pivetta. He outduels Keller. A lot of help from Tati and Arise, and of course Jackson Merrill. Manny was in the middle of some of that too, but they scratched out the win. Big one to start the series. They've won 3 out of 4 to start this homestand, 4 out of 5 overall. 10 straight over Pittsburgh. Didn't gain any ground in the standings, by the way. That's because, you know what I mean? And by the way, they're 4-0 against the Pirates this year. But just, you know what I mean? They did not gain any ground in the standings because the Dodgers won. The Yankees couldn't get it done. Ohtani homers twice. Judge hit one. You know, all the MVPs, 6 MVPs in the lineup. First time, by the way, reigning MVPs from each league have homered in the same inning in the same game in a long damn time. Maybe the first time ever. I don't know if I read that right or not. But 3 runs on 3 hits for the Padres. Not much doing offensively. The Pirates the same. So again, Arise 1 for 4 with the RBI and the run. Machado 1 for 3 with the run. Merrill 1 for 3, 2 RBIs. Fernando scored the run, had the walk 0 for 3. And then on the bump, you had Pivetta, 6 innings, 6, 2, and 8. And then Estrada, a scoreless inning with 2 Ks. And Adam, 2/3 of an inning, allows a hit, walked a couple, struck out 1. Suarez with his 18th save leading MLB. 1 1/3, 3 strikeouts, no hits, no runs, no errors in this game. A clean game all the way through. And beautiful job by the Padres. The over-under was 7.5. So if you had the under and the Padres, who were a -190 on the money line, you did yourself a solid there tonight. Again, tomorrow night, baby, tomorrow night, it's game 2 of this 3-game set at Petco. They don't see Paul Skeens. This is dope. And tomorrow, again, it's game 2. Why is this taking so long to load? The final day of May. Doesn't it seem like the month just began? 6:40 p.m. first pitch. We're here right after with your Padres postcast. Thank you so much to our title sponsor of the show, and we really appreciate them, FanDuel, and then of course our friends at Supply House. We'll be here right after the game tomorrow night, of course on YouTube, on Roku, and then wherever you get your podcasts, Spotify, Apple, iHeart, Stitcher, Podbean, et al. You know what I'm saying? And then Locked On Padres podcast with Javi day in and day out. And for your third listen, mi amigo, how about MLB Game Night? You know what I'm saying? Thank you for watching and listening to me, watching and listening to Javi. And then, of course, you got the all-new Locked On MLB Game Night. It's every game, every night, all season. Your local analysis on a national scale. It's MLB Game Night on Locked On MLB on YouTube or wherever you listen to your podcasts on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day. Still 2 games out. Game ahead of the Giants. Diamondbacks have fallen off a bit. Tonight was the first 26 of 27 games in days. 26 games, 27 days. 14 of them against the Dodgers, 7 against the Dodgers, but 14 against the Dodgers, Giants, and D-Bags this month, and it's going to be awesome. Got the Brewers in there too. So a lot of that that cluster of the NL West going to get broken up a little bit this weekend. That's all there is, Padres fan. There is no more. 3-2 the final at Petco. We'll be back tomorrow night with another episode of your Padres Postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day. Thank you for smashing that subscribe. Thank you for hitting the bell so you know when we're coming your way with more content. Thank you for watching and coming in with the chat, with the comments as well. We really appreciate you. Myself and Javier Reyes, we share the channels. We share the love. We are family. Yeah, we're stealing the Pirates song from 160 years ago with Willie Stargell and Dave Parker, and they got all their sisters with them. But we are family here on the Locked On Podcast Network. Jim Grieshaber, call me Grease. Thank you so much for being here. Keep your game tight and your mind right, San Diego. We are out.